Let's talk about that.
Oh gosh.
No.
He like watches it.
Fuck that guy. Let's talk about this.
Wait, is it my turn to tell a blonde joke?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that great, but it was great.
Sorry for the pause, everybody.
Yeah,
I
we had a little mishap.
spilled fucking coffee all over myself, and I didn't want you to watch me clean myself up.
As
But
it's still dripping.
is it really?
Yeah, you not see a little drippage?
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
Blonde joke time, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, I'm not the best at this, but I'll try. Okay. So a blonde is walking into a hair salon and she needs her hair to get cut. And she has like Beats headphones on. And she sits down in the chair and the lady's like, starting to like brush out her hair, cut it, whatever. And she goes, hey, I'm going to need you to take off your headphones so that I can do my job. And she goes, no, I can't or else I'll die. And the lady goes, then I can't cut your hair. I don't know what to tell you. So she goes, fine, I'll go elsewhere. The blonde walks into the next hair salon. Same thing happens. Sits in the chair. Lady says, hey, you need to take off your headphones. She says, I can't or else I'll die. So she goes to the third hair salon. She goes to a barber shop this time. The guy says, hey, I can try my best, but you're going to need to take off your headphones. She goes, I literally cannot because I will die. So the guy says, I don't believe you. So he takes them off himself, throws them down to the chair next to him. Within a matter of 5 minutes, the blonde dies. And he's like, what the hell just happened? He picks up the headphones. He's listening to the headphones. And it says, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Yeah. That's my joke at the day.
That is solid.
I said it pretty good, right?
Yeah, that was a lot better than mine. Like,
yeah.
oh man.
You can use it next time if you
Yeah,
want.
those blonde jokes are good.
Yeah, good stuff.
I do like. There's also one where there's a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead, and they rob a bank, and they're running from the police, and their car starts to break down, and so they stop at a farm, and they're running into the barn, and there's these big barrels, and they each jump into a barrel, and the cops see their car, and they run onto the farm, and then they break into the big shed or whatever where the barrels are. A cop knocks on the first barrel, and the brunette goes meow meow, and it's like, it's just a cat. And then he walks over to the next one with the redhead in it and knocks on the barrel, and he goes woof woof, and he goes, it's just a dog. And then he knocks on the one with the blonde, and the blonde goes potato.
Oh my god. That's awful. Wait, was that the end of the joke?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, I have one more, but
okay.
I don't think. It's a blonde joke still, but I don't think it could just be for blondes. But anyway, so there's a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead sitting in the car, and they're all sisters, and the dad's driving. Mm-hmm. So the redhead goes, Dad, why is my name Rose? And he goes, well, when you were a baby, a rose petal fell on your head, and we thought that'd be a beautiful name for you. And she goes, oh, that's sweet. Okay. The brunette goes, why is my name Daisy? And he said, well, when you were born, a daisy was around, and we thought it would be a good name for you. The blonde goes, da 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 da, and he goes, shut up, cinder brick. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that falls in line with those. Have you seen the memes of the kid driving and the dad looking over towards him, and he's like, so. Oh man, I can't remember how they go, but it's basically the kid's like, Dad, why did you name my sister so and so? And he's like, well, because of this and this, and then he's like, he says because this and this, and then he says his name, and it's like, oh, we get it, because right. The connection.
You actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's a lot of them,
right.
But they're always really funny because it's
I'm such a
implied.
fan of memes, honestly. I used to hate them and be like, oh, that's so stupid. Why are people wasting time sharing this stuff? But then it got funny. I feel like it didn't start off as very funny memes and stuff, but they're getting better.
Well, it's always come from
relevant stuff that's happening, right?
Well, it's always come from the belly of the internet, which is not, I don't think is necessarily a very likable humor when it comes to the full range of everybody on planet Earth. But I mean, because it's like a lot of stuff just comes from like 2 or 3 websites on the internet. And like when they started doing memes, like it was really just jokes between them. Like, and then all of a sudden, like everybody like started to kind of like get in on these jokes. Like, I mean, it even shows with like the whole Pepe the Frog thing.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like that was something that was a joke between, and still think one of the biggest issues with like Pepe the Frog and all the controversy around it and everything was just because people didn't get the joke.
Yeah.
Like it was a joke.
Was that like the OG like meme like face?
No, that was like the OG memes were like, you know, he's even before that. But I mean, you know, like troll face. And
oh, is that like the white like circle guy, or like looks like an ugly ass drawing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you got little troll face there,
Right.
and then you've got all these styles of like, you know, you've got like stuff like
Mario.
but you got stuff like this where it was like these comics, you know. And, like, they would have all these different, like, faces that meant certain things. And, I don't know.
Man, I forgot about those.
Yeah, that was, like, old school memes.
For sure.
And they would, like, draw, like, Mickey and Donald weird. Do you remember that?
No, I don't think so. Were they all, like, cracked out looking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it was like...
to pertain to the children, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, now people are... Like, now people have... Like, I follow... I think it's the meme channel. You actually... The Best Memes channel. Like, they do... Aren't they the ones who do, like, the Fish for Hose ads?
Yep.
Yeah, and so they've figured out the formula of memes... And now they create a meme that is an ad.
Right.
And it's like, whoa. Like, we've gone somewhere from where memes were this inside joke between, like, one internet community to now people know the formula so well that they can create an ad. And you're just like, and, like, you go through the comments and people get pissed when he posts those or whoever posts those.
Right.
Like, people are just like, stop putting ads on your channel. Like...
Quick question. So, you know those, I don't even think they're memes. They're just pictures where it's like, I don't know, like figure out what's wrong with this picture or like when you see it or whatever. And then you go to the comments because you can't find it. And you're looking for the answer and all you see is people saying, I bet you looked in the comments trying to find the answer.
Yeah.
Are you one of those guys that tries to actually look first or do you just go straight to the comments?
I mean, I'll try and look for a little bit, but there comes a point where I'm just like, I'm not spending that much time on this.
Yeah.
But then also, like, some of the times you go and look in the comments and they don't explain it, like, the right way. Like, so, for example, like, I was looking at one meme that was, it was like French fries.
Okay.
Just a picture of French fries. And the caption was like, or not the caption, but like the words on the picture was like, I bet when you saw this, you saw fries.
And it wasn't fries?
It was fries. Okay. Like, and I zoomed in and I'm like looking at it and I'm like, it is fries. And I was like, and I'm like looking at it and I'm thinking about it. And finally I was just like, I don't know, what the fuck? And I'm like looking through the comments. And then and I still didn't find it. And then I went back to it and I looked at it because I was like, I gotta crack this mystery. And I was like, they're talking about it's chips.
Okay.
It's like they're not like it's like fish and chips. Like it's the
right.
British version. And then I went into the comments and it was like then like all the UK symbols like made sense to me and I was like, oh, like because they don't actually give you the answer. They're just like, here's a hint, like instead of like actually just being because like a lot of times you see the comment where it's like use me as the I don't get this button. Like have you seen that?
No, I don't think so. But I get it.
Yeah, like a lot of times like the number one comment on like memes that aren't like in your face, like they'll have like a comment that's like use me as the I don't get this button, and then it's like a lot of usually the answer is in that comment, but I don't know, I can't think of one I've seen besides that one that I haven't gotten recently because I'm just pretty relevant guy. Yeah.
I think it's funny how like Facebook has turned into like only memes, where it used to be a place to keep in contact with the people that you don't see anymore, and now people don't even post statuses as frequently or like post pictures of their own adventures. Everyone's just sharing stuff that other people have shared, so you see like really repetitive things over and over again. And I think that's kind of why I'm bored of Facebook and stuff like that, and I moved on to the Instagram world because like that's where you actually see the pictures of your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can choose to follow meme accounts and whatnot, which I do a lot of, but
well, I've been out of the Facebook loop.
Yeah, you're not on Facebook
for a good while. Like, I'm so disconnected from it. It's weird when I hear comments like that because for me, I don't know, even when I was there, it felt like it was like that. Like, as soon as they started doing the video shit and like they started having those big fucking emojis that you would like respond.
Like the reactions and
yeah,
stuff?
like I was just like, this is fucking trash. Like, get me out of here. Like, and I mean, I even think, I don't know. I think anytime you like, I wish they would just like fucking make things like, why does every like app have to be for like try to be everything? Why can't like apps just like fucking stay in their lane?
When Instagram got the Snapchat like kind of feature to where you can make like Instagram stories and
Yeah,
stuff, like
why?
we have Snapchat for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I don't need to look at, and then the thing is some people want to post their stories just to Snapchat. Some people want to post their stories just to Instagram. Well, it's not a bad thing. It's just like,
but I do both.
but then some people do both, and it's like I get why you would do that, because some people just are like, fuck Snapchat, like I'm not gonna look at it, so I'm just gonna check Instagram. But like the whole point of a story is for you to communicate with your friends, like, hey, look what I did today. But if they're not gonna look at one medium, you got to put it on both mediums, and then some people only put it on one, so then you end up checking both mediums, and then when you do that, then you're like watching Misha's story twice, and it's not because that's stupid for you, like. It's not like I'm like mad at you. It's just like you kind of have to. See it twice? You just kind of have to do that because your friends, all your friends, wouldn't see it unless you did.
For me, I think sometimes I'll post like in the same day, just like different stories on both like social media things, just because I have certain people on my Snapchat or certain people on my Instagram that I rather them not see certain pictures. So I choose like if I have more family people on my Snapchat, I would say. So I would think, or maybe more Instagram actually, now I think about it. But like I would tend not to post pictures of me like drinking beer, like when I was underage, or like, you know, smoking, whatever. I would never post something like that on my Instagram story just because I know my family would see that. Whereas on my Snapchat, I have all my like college buddies or like high school buddies that I don't really care what they see about me. So, or if I'm like promoting something or like something that I just bought, like when I got this jacket or whatever, like I put it on both just because I was like really excited about it. But I definitely choose what to post on which, depending on who my followers are. You know what I mean? Just because I don't want to like disappoint my family members just from like what I'm doing or whatever.
So like do you do that like with because I'm kind of I'm fucking behind or something. I don't know. I'm not old, but like
I just think you have bigger things to worry about than what happens on social media.
I guess. I don't know about that, but I'm putting up sheets in my apartment.
Benefit of the doubt here. Yeah, make you feel old.
I don't know, but yeah, like I guess, like is that why? I guess that's why. Like, why don't you just have a the fake Instagrams?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So then why don't you just
follow them? What do you mean? You knew that.
Well, I knew you had two. Okay, so this is the thing. Like when I followed you on Instagram at that point in my life, I followed both of them, and I went, "Why the fuck does she have two Instagrams? That's stupid." Like I was like, you can't just post all these things to one. In my mind, I wrapped my head around you having two Instagrams by going, okay, she's got like she cares about one Instagram
Right.
page so much she wants it to look the best, and then the other one she just doesn't care about, and she just throws stuff on there. But now that I think about it, it's like, oh, you want certain people to see certain things.
For example, my what they call Finsta, like the fake Instagram account, like your second one where you put all the ratchet stuff, that's more of I only allow my friends to follow that. I don't allow my like family members, you know, to see that stuff because I have like stuff on there that I probably should not be posting for them to see. But
So your fake one is the one for
ratchet
friends?
one. Yeah. But I mean, I have friends on both of them. It's just that.
Is that the general terminology though? That
Finsta?
the Finsta is for friends?
No, Finsta would stand for fake Insta.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
Oh,
why would the fake one? Wouldn't the fake one be the one for your family, and then the real one be?
Oh, you mean like the cover up kind of one, right? Like to make it look like you're doing good or whatever.
Yeah, like I feel like if I had a real Instagram
Right.
where I'm posting the nitty gritty, dark corners of
Right,
Austin,
okay.
you know, like.
So I'm gonna sound like such a girl for saying this, I feel like, but I am a girl. So for me, it's like my real Instagram is the one that I have like 1,000+ followers on, right? And I want that to be like my platform of like, okay, this is who I am. I'm posting these like what I think are very good pictures, like whether it's good quality or just like looks like I'm having a good time. I look good in them. My friends look good in them, stuff like that. I post that for everyone to see. Then I have those pictures, for example, like pictures that I took on my cruise that I went on a couple months ago that I think are good pictures, but not real Instagram worthy. So I still want to show the people what I took as a picture, but I put it on my Finsta so that it's like I'm not blowing up the like feed of my followers on my real Instagram with some bullshit pictures. Like they're not as good quality, but then I'll pick like really good pictures and I'll put them on my real Instagram account.
So what's like, when you say quality, are you talking about like
camera quality, background quality, like what I'm wearing that day? Just I feel like guys don't really put that much thought into all that stuff.
I have 6 pictures.
And they're probably, I'm pretty sure they're all like drawing type pictures, right? Or like, I feel like they're not like pictures of you, know, like they're random.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
one is a picture of me.
Yeah.
Everything else
probably
is
like what, your first picture ever, just so that you know like who you are.
No. It's like well, shoot, I want to pull this up. I want to see this. Well, let's pull it up on the screen. Okay. You can give me a critique of my Instagram.
I honestly did not know you can do Instagram on a laptop.
Oh yeah, we've been killing it on the
really?
podcast on looking up stuff on the.
Wow, that is so cool. I did not know that. Hey, Carrie.
Where?
Carrie
oh yeah. Posting all the stories. I'll bet you $50 it's of Rue.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I guarantee. But you know what? Rue's pretty freaking cute, so can't blame her.
Okay, so I've got more than one of me.
Okay.
So, me catering an event. I'll post this. I'll put this up there so people can.
Oh, you're in the little corner in the bottom, yeah. I was going to say, that's not you standing up.
Me recording a guy in the studio. Me taking a picture of people in the studio. A friend took this of me the day that
that's the one picture I do remember.
Yeah, the day the guy the SpongeBob creator died. And then this one actually is of me. It's just like super edited.
I could not tell.
Yeah, that's my eye.
Seeing this, honestly, and I'm sorry for bringing this up if it was like a dark past for you, but I mean, I've known you for what, like 6 years now, I want to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, just about 5, 6, whatever. But the first time I ever remember seeing you or like knowing who you were was on Tribe Talk when you were like Oz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I killed that
like,
shit.
What was it? Walking in the halls or some shit, or hands in the, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I freestyled over cause so Mac Miller did the Kool-Aid and frozen pizza thing.
Okay.
And then he got sued over that beat because it was actually Lord Finesse.
Ooh,
his beat, yeah. And so then it was like all that stuff was like up in the air, and I heard the beat and I was like, I want to rap her this, and I rapped her, made a song, and then I started seeing the live from F217, and I was like, I want to go on there, and I went on there, and I was wearing
Were you
my
a junior or senior at that point?
I think I was a senior because I released a I released a 17 song like mixtape at the beginning of that year, and then released like another. Yeah, because I released 3 mixtapes over like 3 semesters.
Okay.
And I remember trying to like flex super hard on all
Mm-hmm.
the other like rappers, just trying to like
Right.
like put them down with work.
A lot of like musically talented people at Wando, I'd want to say.
Yeah.
You remember like what was their band name? I want to say it was Aftermath, but it wasn't. After English, right? With John Butler.
Yeah.
And like all that. I was actually one of their little groupies back
Really?
in the day. Oh yeah. I used to hang out with them all the time. Like we used to chat. We were actually friends.
See, okay, so I don't know much about, because I was like in the same year as
Right.
them.
Yeah,
So like they weren't like, it was more of like it was always kind of this way. Like I feel like when you're in high school and you're in a musical group, like the people who really appreciate you are the people who are like younger than you.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the people
they're looking up to you like an idol, like, oh, they're famous.
Yeah, the people in your grade are just like, dude, you look like a douche right now.
Yeah.
And I still remember just hearing like I don't know, like, cause like the band members were really cool. So like the 2 guys who recorded and videotape me doing the thing were the drummer from After English and
Luke and OJ. Right?
Yeah, I don't remember their names.
Yeah.
And they were really cool guys. We talked afterwards about music, and they were talking about how they were gonna do a house tour, which never happened because I think like the band fell apart or whatever.
They did a little bit.
Yeah, and but I just always heard John Butler. He thought of himself as
a lot. Yes.
And I don't know the guy, so I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard about him.
It's funny though because, and a lot of people are like this, but they put on this like persona in front of everyone that they're like so cool, blah blah blah, and then you see them like behind closed doors whenever.
It's right here, baby. Austin Hughes.
Whenever like you're just talking alone with them, and he's still that cool person, but he's just like there's so much more to him that he doesn't allow others to see, which is why he has that tool bag like personality or like that effect on other people, to where they're just like, why is this guy even talking right now? Like, this is stupid. And I remember you might have graduated at this point, or no, actually. You might have been a senior, but remember when the Tribe Talk like theme song or whatever was their song? Like it was them. It was like their own little music video as the intro. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember.
No, maybe.
Like they were in it?
Yeah, like for Tribe Talk, instead of like they always started Tribe Talk with their like song, and they had their own little music video.
Maybe I just didn't notice.
Well, yeah, everyone was like, oh my God, they're such douchebags for doing that, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, they're actually pretty talented people. And, like, I used to sit with them at their houses and, like, watch them practice and record and do whatever. And they're, like, really cool.
Shit, you were a real groupie.
I was a groupie. Yeah.
Dang.
And it's funny, though, because I was a sophomore in high school, I believe, when they were all seniors. Mm-hmm. So, like, to me, I was like, oh my God, I'm hanging out with old men. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I love it.
They almost can smoke.
Like, right?
Whoa.
Whoa. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I smoked weed for the first time with one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, but they also like saw me as their like little sister too. Like they always took care of me. Like they always made sure that like if we ever went out, like they would make sure that no guys were like trying to be weird with me. Like they were very like cool people to be with. And I hated the fact that everyone saw them as like douchebags, and like I didn't necessarily like defend them or stand up for them, but I always would tell people like there's more to that than just what they put out.
Yeah, and I mean I never was in like an interaction with any of them besides that one time where I was in there, and they just seemed like cool people, but I just always heard these like really like weird like kind of like crazy stories about specifically John Butler, like just kind of like acting like a complete like he thought he like the stories made him out to think that like because he was a popular band at Wando, like he was a fucking superstar, and it was just like, dude, it's fucking high school, like chill out.
It's marijuana.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah.
But then I remember the first time I actually like met him was like I just rolled up to a party, and I didn't even know the party was going on. I just rolled up to the house because I was was buying weed from a dude at the time, and John Butler was just outside like of the party, like I think he was like smoking a cigarette or something, and
sounds like John.
yeah, and I just walked up and I was like, yo, like you're the After English guy, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, I'm Oz, like I'm the guy who makes like the rap music or whatever. And he's like, oh cool, he's like, yeah, like he's like, I've heard about your stuff, and I was like, what you been up to musically? And like he just kind of was just like, yeah, like we did that, but like now I'm like, I don't know like what I'm really doing, but I've been playing around with like trap music lately. Like he's like, I've just been like experimenting stuff, and like sitting there and having that like it was like a maybe 5-10 minute conversation because I was trying to get weed, so I was like, dude, like stop talking, like I've got to go, like but like at the same time I wanted to say hey to him because it's just like, you know, whenever you run into like somebody else who makes music, you always kind of want to like chop it up with them at least for a couple seconds. But it was just kind of like I was like, I don't know, because I've definitely had interactions with local artists where you try and like just have simple conversations with them, and I don't consider myself in any way at the caliber of somebody like Abstract the rapper. Like I'm trying to get him on the podcast, but like that dude's like he's out there like grinding, like he's actually like trying to go after it, like he's performing at shows, like he's getting on radio stations, like he's doing stuff for the community, he's giving back too, like he's an awesome person, like but I've definitely ran into people that think they are more than they are. But when you have conversations like that with somebody where they're just like, yeah, I'm just trying new stuff, I don't know what I'm doing, you're just like, okay, you're kind of down to earth, like you know, like you're not like being like, yeah, I know who you are, okay, I'm doing my thing.
Well, he actually went on to do like music in Nashville and like shows and stuff, and that's honestly, I think that's where we like kind of lost like contact, just because he did move away, and like I mean he never came back that I know of. But yeah, like I actually did think that he like pursued it, and he actually got like somewhere with it. You know, he didn't just like deadbeat drop. But I mean, it's hard to be famous. Like you see all these people famous saying like, oh, like when I was little, I didn't think this could happen to me, blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, what pisses me off the most is that stupid people get famous. Like Dan Daniel, I think that's so stupid. Anyone,
what?
You know Dan Daniel? Like damn Daniel, back at it again with the white vans.
Well, he's not. Is he famous?
Well, no, but he did have that minute of fame.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He did get recognition, and I feel like he'll always have that recognition. And, like, Ellen DeGeneres gave him a year's supply of Vans after it. Like, he got, like, some kind of recognition. And I'm thinking, I do stupid shit every day. Like, why am I not famous yet?
Gotta market it.
Yeah, I know. I guess I just gotta hire someone to, like, record every move that I make.
Yeah, because I was listening to a podcast with a comedian named Bert Kreischer.
Okay.
And he, like... he just like he's a big comedian now, but he like for a while there, like he had all these managers and all these different people all around him, and obviously he still has a manager, but he had like more people running his brand. And he would always be like, you know, like I want to post this video, and people would be like, I don't know, and finally he was like I just started marketing myself. Like he was just like, I started posting the stuff that I thought was funny, that I wanted people to see, and now he's one of those guys who just like he's one of those guys that you go on like his Instagram story and it's like the tiniest little ticks, because he's just posting he's a content guy. Like he's always, every single thing that pops in his head that he thinks is funny, he's doing it. Like, and he's out there and
is
like,
it actually funny though, or it's just what he thinks is funny?
Yeah, like,
and I mean,
do
his viewers think that it's funny too?
Yeah, dude, he's got like a cult following. This dude's like
I've never
big
heard of
now.
him, so.
Yeah, dude, I'll pull this guy
look
up.
this shit up.
Yeah, I mean, he's I don't know. Some people, he recently had a special on Netflix, and it did really well. I'm probably like jacking him off right now because I'm pretty sure John William, who listens to this, he doesn't like that I jack off this comedian group. It's like Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, and Joe, and all them. But like, yeah. Like
I know guy. Tom. Oh yeah, that's him, right?
Yeah.
He's actually funny.
Yeah. Well, they all kind of like roll together. Like you see Tom again. Like they're like all friends.
The three amigos.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
And he always does his comedy with his shirt off. Like he's like that's his van. Like him with his. He's always drinking Tito's and sodas, and he's just Like, I mean, you probably, like, it won't load the stories as well. But, you know, he just
Right.
started today, and he's already got, like, all
on,
this.
like 17 things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just talking about stupid stuff. He goes out and parties with his fans a lot. And so, like, he's, you know, he's out there doing stuff or whatever.
Who's your favorite comedian of all time? Yeah. I went there.
Oh, that's hard. Favorite comedian of all time. All right, so I'm not saying who it is yet. I'm narrowing it down for myself.
Are you giving me like top 3 here, or like?
I'm gonna throw out some that I definitely think are really good.
Okay.
I'll definitely say Dave Chappelle's up there. Dimitri Martin's up there. Mitch Hedberg's up there. Is there anybody else I would throw into that ring? There's so many new comics that I'm into that I don't want to throw them in there because it's like when you ask like who's the greatest rapper of all time,
right?
And I were to say like Kendrick, and they're like Tupac though. What about Tupac? Yeah. You know, because you want to say like Richard Pryor, like you know, like I don't know, like you want to say like Steve Martin because like you know these, and honestly, dude, Steve Martin. Okay, if I had to say like personal, it probably is Steve Martin because I remember listening to his. I would listen to his stand-up comedy back when I was in like middle school. Then I listened to his book. I bought his audiobook. I didn't fucking read. Yeah. But that was like one of the only books I remember listening to, and I still remember stories from it because it talked about. And I didn't even know what stand-up comedy was then. Mm-hmm. But, like, it talked about him, like, being in stand-up and then getting into movies. And I've taken one of his master classes on comedy online. Really? Like, yeah. Okay. Now that I think about it, like, I don't know why that didn't pop out to me. But, like, he's just such... All these comics during his time would walk up to the stage with suits. And they would hold the mic. And they would be like, joke. Yeah. Joke. And they're funny guys. Funny guys. Like Rodney Dangerfield did that, and Rodney Dangerfield's one of like the great. He's like you know Rodney Dangerfield. No. He's the guy who did I can't remember the line. It's like he's always doing the adjust, like he's always adjusting himself, and he's like oh my gosh, why am I not remembering this? Is gosh, what is the line? Man. No respect. That's what it is. He's like, they give me no respect. No respect I get, you know?
I've never heard that.
He's like, he does a whole bit, and it's just like, da-da-da-da-da. I get no respect. Like, he'll just one-line joke, no respect. Like, and he's just.
Yeah. Is he like a New Yorker or something?
Yeah. And I mean, well, a lot of comics were coming from there because there wasn't really a scene anywhere else. Because New York was like, you know, you're not going to. Like, and that's what's so weird about now, like, and just in general, like, you know, when you look at music and you look at comedy, or you look at just art in general, you used to, because with art, it flourishes when you have people around you, you know, that you can look at their stuff, and, you know, you don't exist in a vacuum, you know, you're not just making what you think is cool, you know,
right.
And sometimes the best stuff comes out of that too. But like, you know, that's why we have, you know, Southern art, we have Northern art, we have New York art, we have LA art, like as far as like rap, as far as comedy, as far as paintings, as far as performances, all these different things. And now with how interconnected everything is, it's like you could be in the middle of a farm in Kansas and you could get 1 million followers on YouTube, and now you're going on tour, like walk up to people and go, damn, Daniel, like just going back to what we were talking about, like anybody can get it.
Yeah, I'm really into watching like vloggers and stuff on YouTube, like our age, like type, not like the older people. Like, have you heard of David Dobrik at all?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, I feel like we have different
Dobrik?
Yeah, D-O and then Brick. Yeah, without the C.
I'm going to subscribe to him. Okay. I'll look at it later.
Yeah.
The dude, he's a cute guy.
He is. You've heard of Liza Koshy, right? Or Kashi, however. No, the little Indian girl? No.
Is that another one?
It's his ex-girlfriend, and that's like...
Is she a vlogger as well?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
I personally don't think she's as funny. Sorry for saying that. But she's very like
she's got
bubbly.
2 channels.
Yeah, I don't know what her other one is, but she's very bubbly. She's like they both actually started on Vine.
Dude, Vine birthed a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's sad that went out.
Yeah.
And I wonder if TikTok's going to go the same route.
I hate TikTok.
Are you serious?
Yeah, literally all of in between watching stories on Snapchat, TikTok as an ad would like pop up in between, and I would just like watch these like
boyfriend, girlfriend now, boyfriend, girlfriend eventually. You're not saying no.
Wait, I don't know that one.
What?
No,
that's like the only TikTok ad I get.
Oh,
is that one? It's the girl, she's sitting cross-legged on her bed, and she goes, boyfriend, girlfriend now, boyfriend, girlfriend eventually. You're not saying no.
No,
like,
I don't think I've seen that one. Mine are usually like these girls that are trying to like be all sexual, but like truly they're 12 years old.
Yeah.
And like their shirts are like up to their tits and whatever, and like they're doing some like belly dance shit to like rap remixes, and like it's just like sped up so it looks like kind of cool, but like I don't know, that shit pisses me off. But like David Dobrik, he is like genuinely like he's a good guy. He's actually funny. Like he has his vlog squad, which is what they're like they all call his little friend group. And vlog squad, yeah,
some cool guys.
Have you heard of like the Streamies, or maybe it's called the Shorties, or it's like the Grammys or the Oscars of YouTube.
Yeah, where they give those YouTube plaques, to. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So like he's won for having a vlog squad and stuff like that. So like he's been around for like 2-3 years maybe, but he's just so funny. And what I like best about him is his videos are always 4 minutes and 20 to 21 seconds. I mean, I'm not saying it for the 420 purpose. Yeah. I'm saying for the fact that it's short, it's to the point, it's fucking hilarious. Like, yeah. And you can watch them like so many within an hour, rather than like trying to scroll through all the like extra bullshit just to like find that one funny part or whatever. And like they're always doing fun shit. Like they always like prank people, and like he's so like fucking rich that he buys his friends like nice ass cars, like Teslas, BMWs, Mustangs. Like recently he posted a video of this one guy that was trying to ask this girl to prom, and he was in high school. He's like nobody, like he's not anyone famous. And David bought him a red Mustang to, like, he said it was for the day that he rented it for him to impress this girl and take her out on a date, whatever. And at the end of the video, he goes, actually, man, I actually bought this for you, so it's yours now. And this kid's like 17 years old, and he just gave him he doesn't even know who he is. He just gave him a random car. Like, he's so rich based on, like, all the videos he makes, how funny he is and stuff like that. And honestly, I would love to be like that one day. Like, I know I'm not fucking hilarious, but I think I say some funny ass shit sometimes. So I could potentially do that one day if I really put my mind to it and, like, got all the equipment, the setup, and had like good ideas. Because I feel like
it's so easy. It's so easy.
You think so?
I could help you set it up in like a day.
Wow. Okay.
Like we could go on Amazon after this, and we could put a cart together, and then we could after the podcast. I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up
behind the scenes. Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I think that ultimately comes down to like these people are just like marketing. They're marketing themselves in a character, and I mean, you know, you may not always enjoy all the characters on YouTube, but there's plenty for you to enjoy.
Right,
you know,
absolutely,
like you know, I may not like what's his name again? David Dobrik. David Dobrik. Like I mean, I don't know. I can't remember his name. David Dobrik. Yeah. You know, I might not enjoy him, but you know, I'm listening to people like Theo Vaughn, like the guy who I tested the audio with the mullet. You know, you were like weird hair, like and I was like, he's.
I said that.
Yeah, when I was testing I'll show you a picture of him.
Oh, the mullet guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it.
Yeah, like I like listening to him talk because he's got a funny country accent, and he just says some funny stuff, and it's just like he's real like fucking weird, and like it's just like that's the type of comedy I like. And I like long spread out videos. Like I don't sit down to watch YouTube. I put on a 2-hour YouTube video on my headphones, and I just drive around and listen to
background music.
Like I'm not watching the YouTube videos really. Like so like and it also like I think it appeals to like your lifestyle. So like for me, like something that's more visual, like maybe Liza Koshy, like a lot of her stuff, her humor, you have to see. Like I'm just, it's not gonna connect with me just because
You're
like
not
I'm
watching
listening
it.
to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Makes sense.
I want to hear a joke. I can't see one.
Right. That makes sense. Is that guy with the mullet the one that you like listen to at work a lot?
Yeah, I listen to him a lot. I've gotten into a lot of different podcasts. I listen to him a lot. I listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's
Your Mom's House is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Bertcast is really good. Rat King and the Bee Sting.
Okay.
That one's really fun to listen to. I feel like you like that one.
Yeah.
That one's really fun.
I will say, like, sometimes I'll walk into the kitchen and just, like, walk in at, like, a random ass time, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you listening to? And then other times I'll just stand there because I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny how when I walk into the kitchen, I hear, like, half of the kitchen is, like, your little, like, you know, whatever you're listening to, and then the other half is, like, Justin rapping and, like, all this, like, different kind of music. So it's, like, a clash of, like, rapping and, like, talking, and I think it's funny. But yeah, you listen to some weird shit sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's probably just like the moment that I walk into. Like I didn't hear the background story of like why they're talking about that now.
Yeah.
But I know Lucy loves listening to podcasts too. She does mainly like sex stuff or like girls and like talking about boys or whatever. So
yeah.
But I honestly never got into podcasts just because. Like unlike you, how you listen to stuff, I need to watch stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because then I get bored. Because it's like reading a book to me, you know? Like I need to see the pictures and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think I need to get into there's one that I keep getting told about. Cece and Megan listen to this one. People I work with.
We work with.
Yeah, that we work with. And yeah, it's about like it's like, oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. It's from like the Barstool people, and it's like these two girls, and it's like called like Men We've Slept With.
Okay,
and
yeah,
they
I
talk
think I
about,
actually have heard of them talking about it. Like I never listened to it. Yeah.
Because LaGree was like in the car with Megan one day, and he was
Roadhead, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like he was giving her roadhead, and she, and then he like she was listening to like some girl talk about no, Cece who told me that that was when he first heard it, but Cece told me about one of the stories is like the girl was like it was like the first time she was gonna let the guy like come on her face. And she was like,
told me that one.
Yeah. And she finally lets him do it. And then he's like, he was like, I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't see it.
Yeah. And she's like, what the hell? Like, the one time I let you.
Yeah.
Yeah. She actually told me that in the kitchen one day. I thought it was really funny.
So funny.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
I have a couple. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah.
You have a couple?
I have a funny story about that, but I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I always yeah, those are always funny to me. I never knew what to do with it. Like at the first time I did it, you know, I was just kind of like holding it in like, where the fuck do I put this shit? Like, you know?
My question is from like a guy's standpoint, why is it like a domination, like I don't know, like I own you now, like why are you jizzing on my face? Like
I don't know. I have heard like, so I definitely have heard theories when it comes to like that in anal, that it's like it is like a submission, like it's like I know this isn't pleasurable for you, and that's what makes it pleasurable for me type thing, which I think is kind of psychotic. Just a little bit. But I've never really had like for me, I just kind of want to jizz. I don't know where to put it. Like, you know?
What's weird to me is like when I'm having sex with a guy and then like in the middle he goes, so where do you want me to come? I'm like, can we not like talk about this? Like you just let it happen wherever it happens and like call it a day.
Yeah. But I feel like there are, that's an opinion, right? But I've definitely heard the other side where like I've been with partners where they've, you know, after it's happened, they'd go, hey, next time just like,
Just don't.
or no, fuck no, I'm going to, like, but I've been with partners where they're like, hey, next time just kind of like talk to me before you go so we can put it in
Let's sign a contract.
yeah, like they're like I don't necessarily you know, want it all over my back. We're finished. Like maybe I can like turn over and like we can deal with it a different way. Like, and I go oh, okay, cool. Like,
understood.
You know, because I still remember this one time, like I did that, and they were like sitting there, and I was like, whoa, like I was like leaning back, like wow, like that was awesome. And then she kind of like turns around and is like, so like towel or like you gonna go get something? And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I forgot. I like jumped up, but she was just kind of sitting there, and I was like, she must be really worn out too, because she's not moving around.
Right.
She was like holding it on. She's like,
I'm sure you've seen the meme where it's like every girl has looked like a toaster strudel at some point in her life.
I showed that to Nate the other day.
Yeah.
I love that one. That one like reoccurs.
Yeah.
You see that one a lot.
It's really true though. It's funny as fuck because sometimes I'll look down on my stomach and be like, damn, I'm looking like a toaster strudel today. So yeah. But I think it's funny. To me, I mean, it depends on who I'm with, but like sometimes it's just funny the whole time, and like I will literally laugh during sex, not because it's not good or whatever, just because it's like the person I'm doing it with is like, oh my god, like we're friends and we're fucking or like whatever.
You're laughing?
Yeah.
Are y'all making jokes?
I mean, it's not like stand-up comedy, but like sometimes like I don't know, like just like if the bed's like making a really weird sound, we just geek out about that.
Yeah,
or, like,
okay,
things
yeah.
would happen, or like if this person that I'm over some guy's house and they have roommates and they like, you know, walk in, not like walking on us, like walk into the house, the general vicinity, and then they're like trying to talk to the guy, and the guy's like, I'm kind of busy here, like so we just laugh about stuff like that, but not for the fact that it's not good sex, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's other times
you're not laughing at him.
No.
Because good God, Mish, I would have to.
I'd be awful.
I would throw you in a furnace if you did that. Because that's so mean. I know you don't do that though.
But
like,
but also, I mean, you know me, but like I'm a very like not funny, but like a lot of things are just funny to me, and like, I'm not a very serious person at all, and like I can laugh about literally anything. So like, and I'm awkward sometimes too. So just like the fact that guys like are expecting me to be like sexy or whatever during like sex, and I'm just like laughing to myself the whole time. But and then I end up with toaster strudel, and it's like just a cherry on top of the cake. Or ice cream
has there ever been like a guy who's gotten like mad about the lack of like seriousness?
No, I wouldn't say mad, but he would be like, what's so fucking funny? And I'm just like,
that's mad.
I would explain to him, like, I'm not laughing at you, I'm just laughing because the bed made a squeaky noise, or like I'm laughing because a bird flew up against the window, or just like some random shit.
And then he's screaming at you, it's average, it's very average,
it happens,
this happens to everyone.
No, but like he'll understand where I'm coming at when I reassure them that I'm not laughing at him. Do you even have any coffee left, or did you spill it already all?
No, this is my cup. That was my espresso.
Oh, okay.
And I was drinking that, and so this is my cup. No, I'm just pretending to drink coffee.
Pinky's up though, right?
Yeah. You know, because I'm a fancy guy, you know, having these conversations about coming.
Yeah. It's funny. I think I'm really open about my sex life and my my list.
Was there a time in your life where like
I didn't have sex?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I would hope so.
No, I came out the womb fucking.
Good grief. But was that like a growing thing for you? Because you do seem like I will give you like seriously, like on a serious note, like there are a lot of people, and including myself, who for good God
keep that away
for like a good part of their lives were like very. And I'm not saying you didn't go through this, but I'm saying like now you are very comfortable with your sexuality, and that's something that a lot of people go their entire lives without ever reaching. And that subject is always uncomfortable for them. They never are able to speak up about it, and something that is supposed to be pleasurable and enjoyable for someone is continually uncomfortable and stressful and not pleasurable for them because they never come to terms with themselves. And it seems like you are comfortable with that, but like, was that just something like
Recent?
No, like not because I've known you for a while, so I know like it was. But like, was there a growing process for that, or was it just like a personality trait that just transitioned into that part of your life?
I want to say that. Well, first of all, I was not always this open with not only like sex, but like anything, just talking, like, you know, just having conversations with people. I was very shy growing up. But I think maybe the fact that I was shy, it kind of like reached to a point where I was just like, I don't want to be boring and shy. Like, I want people to listen to what I have to say, because I always like thought about stuff, but I never had the confidence to say anything, because I always thought, oh, people are going to judge me for saying this. They're going to think I'm weird, whatever. But at this point, I'm just like, if you think I'm weird, then fine. I think you're weird too. Like, I don't care what you have to say about what I'm saying. You can choose to listen or not, but I think I'm just more open in the sense that, like, I hate when people are like, oh, like, you're so mysterious. I want to know more about you. I'm like, I'm actually fucking not. Like, I'm going to tell you everything about me. You can have my social security number if you want. Yeah. Like, I'm just very open, because I think it, like, is an icebreaker almost. Like, when I meet guys off, like, Tinder or just, like, at a bar, like, random, whatever, and they're, like, trying to be, like, subtle and, like, subtle. They're trying to, like, you know, ease into conversation. I'm over here like, all right, so what we doing tonight? Like, what's up with it? You know what I mean? Like, I think it cuts off a lot of the awkward tension that no one really wants to encounter. So I feel like myself, I am an icebreaker. You know what I mean? Quick little side joke. I don't know if I'm gonna tell this right, but my friend told me about this. And it goes, have you heard about the penguin joke? Or no. Let me try this again. How's it go? Have you heard about the penguin on the block of ice? It's an icebreaker. My name is Michelle. Nice to meet you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll say stupid shit, and it might not make sense, but at least I'll make someone laugh, and they're like, oh, okay, like, let's talk more. But I think it's also funny to make people uncomfortable when I choose to, because I feel like if I talk to someone about sex a little bit too long, they're like, okay, is this girl like a prostitute? Like, what's up with it? So, like, I make them uncomfortable, but it's funny because I can see them getting uncomfortable, and I'm still laughing my ass off about it.
Well, and I think that's like that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. I think some people think that, like, if you have conversations about subjects like that, you end up, like, they think you'll put out an image of yourself that is, like, you know, just whore, slut, all these different things. And, like, I don't know if you've ever watched the show Slut Ever.
No.
On Viceland. It's
no.
An awesome show. It's this girl, she wrote a blog for a really long time called, I think her name is Kaylee or something, I think. But I could be completely wrong on that. But she wrote a blog for a really long time called Slut Ever, and it's like, it was just, she just went crazy. She was just, like, not crazy, but she just tried everything.
Right.
Like, and now she's got a show about her just trying everything, and she just goes all over the world, just looking at all this stuff, and like, you know, and she talks about how, like, you know, like how, you know, people don't want to talk about this because the moment they talk about it, like, with really, you know, and it's more for women than it is for men. Like, you know, if a man talks about all the sex he's had, it's just like, nice.
Yeah,
like,
very nice.
Very good. The man have very much sex. Yes. But with a girl, it's just like whoa, slow down. Yeah. Like,
which I think is so wrong. Like,
yeah.
I hate that, because me being one that, I mean, I do my thing, whatever. I mean, you can call me a whore all you want, but that doesn't make me one, just because I know who I am. I know what I do on the side, you know. It's not, as much as I do make it like an open known fact, it's also not your place to, like, I don't want to say judge, because that's not the word, but, like, it's not your place to make assumptions about me just based on what I say. I mean, you can have your opinion, whatever, but it doesn't mean it's going to be true, because sometimes I I don't over exaggerate anything, but I always say more than I should. You know what I mean? To where like people are like, okay, did she really just say that? And then based on that, they have their own opinion about me. And like, I mean, sure, like think what you want. I know who I am, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to make you like see me a certain way. You can see me however you want, and you can choose to be my friend or not. Because I know based on the way I am, some people do hate me for it. Like some people think I'm annoying as shit or whatever, and that's fine. Just don't be my fucking friend, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah. And
have I ever made you uncomfortable with things I've said to you?
I think it was more early on.
Like before you knew me kind of thing, or like?
I think it was, to not to get too deep into this, but like, it was before I knew you or I knew myself, really. Okay. Like, because I think when I was younger and I first knew you, like, you were way more open about subjects I was extremely uncomfortable about and knew nothing about. And so, like, there was almost something that was really, like, for me, like, almost, like, taboo, but, like, so interesting about having conversations with you, because you just, like, if you had a question about something, you just looked it up and figured it out. Right. And so for me, like, I would listen to you talk about these things, and I would just be like, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. And, like, which I think ultimately sucks, right? Because it means that, like, you know, like, if I hadn't had encounters like that, or encounters with a multitude of other people in the food and bev industry, I would have been walking around, like, my entire life, like, going, like, yeah, I know what you do. Yeah, I know what goes on, but you have no fucking clue. Right. And the thing is like, you were just, and so, yeah, like, at the beginning, like, it was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, holy shit. Like, I still specifically remember, like, you as, like, a hostess, like.
Hostess, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm not shaming you, no, but, like, as a hostess, and you were talking about, Kegel balls, and I was like, what the fuck? And you were, like, explaining them, and I was like, people do this? Like, why? Like, I was like, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, they want to do that, and that's what guys like? And I was like, do I like that? Like, I was like, what's happening? Yeah. I was like, I gotta go talk to my table. Like,
well, actually, the fact that you brought up I used to be a hostess, I honestly think, looking back, that might have been the turning point of when I became more open. Because that was my first job. And I've never had to interact with so many people before. I mean, yeah, all I would say is, hi, how are you? Let me take you to your table. But, like, it still gave me the opportunity to, like, talk to strangers that I've never seen before, or, like, have conversation. And then as I moved up to a server, obviously I'm more interactive with my tables and stuff. I'm more open. And I've definitely seen myself grow as a server as much as you can grow as a server. But I used to be very like, hi, my name's Michelle, you know, like, I'll be taking care of you. But now it's like, hey guys, like, how the fuck are y'all doing? Like, my name is blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going to get you this, this, and this. This is our happy hour, like, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I talk a lot more, rather than being very, like, shy about things. So I think being in the food and bev industry and then fucking around with the kitchen staff is another thing. You know what I mean? Like, it helped me be more open and, like, willing to talk about things that I used to not be okay with, kind of thing. So I think that was the turning point. And also, it was my sophomore or junior year that I started working there. So, like, and also keep in mind, when I went to Wando, I moved from New Jersey, and I had 2 weeks before Wando started. That's like when I moved. So I had no time to make any friends or anything, really. And I walked into Wando not knowing anyone. For the whole first year, my freshman year, I was pretty much a silent person. Like, I didn't talk to many people. I didn't, like, do many things. I made a few friends here and there, but sophomore, junior years really were, like, I bloomed into the flower that I am today, kind of thing. The toaster strudel that I am today. Oh, my gosh.
The elegant toaster strudel flower.
Yep. 5-star toaster strudel. But I definitely have food and bev to thank for my openness and more willing to talk to strangers and stuff like that. Because I used to be really shy, you know? Like, I specifically remember this one time I was in Cancun with my family, and it was like family game night or whatever that like the resort put on, like a stage, everything. We played musical chairs, and it was like a random like pick of the audience, and like I got picked to go on stage, and everyone that went on, they had to say like their name, where they're from, like how old. And I remember like the microphone would be under me. I'd be like, my name is Michelle, and I'm 4 years old, and I'm from New York, like blah blah blah, and like
that's it. I'm just oh man, the images that just went through my head of a 4-year-old Michelle going, my name's Michelle.
I've been smoking for 50 years.
You've got a cigarette in your hand as you're talking. That's
and like one in my ear waiting for the next round. Yeah, so like, but now if I got on stage, I'd be like, my name's fucking Michelle, blah, blah, blah. Like, I do this, this, and this. And then they'll be like, yeah, all I asked was your age. But okay. But you know what I mean? Like, I've definitely grown based on talking to strangers and stuff like that. So, and by no means could I just stand up on a stage right now and start talking for 2 hours. Like, I could never, I mean, not never, but right now I don't see myself being like a entertainer of some sort. Just because I do run out of things to say sometimes because I say so much, you know? And I feel like I talk fast personally. So once like 2 minutes of like blabbing is over, I'm just like, and okay, bye. So,
well, and I mean, going back to what we were talking about before, like that's like the YouTube like speaking pattern right now. Like how I'm talking is like how none of those people talk. They're just like, hey, I'm Shane Dawson, and this is and it's just like cut, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm having a seizure right now. Like, chill out. Like,
definitely.
all these kids are just like off some fucking Adderall, and they're making YouTube videos, and they do them all in one day, and it's just like, chill out.
And
like,
also, I think it's the pressure of, like, for them, it's pressure from their viewership and their audience.
Who all has ADHD.
Right, but knowing that they're, like, waiting for the next video to come out or waiting to see what you have to say next. So that's why they're put on the spot to make all these, like, blah, 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 like this, and that. And then, like, they're editing this, and this so that it doesn't become, like, one long take of, like, all the things that they fucked up saying, you know, like, in the middle. Because they want it to be, like, perfect for their audience so that they can, like, keep, you know, being famous, doing their thing, whatever.
I'm just going to give you guys all the shit that comes out of my mouth, no matter how I mispronounce it.
Is there, like, a time frame on this? Can I keep talking? Like, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just keep going.
But, yeah, so I think that they're put on the spot because I actually follow David Dobrik on Instagram as well, and I watch his Instagram stories, and almost, I mean, maybe every time that he posts a video, he'll be like, hey guys, like, sorry it took so long, like, it's 6 a.m. right now, I haven't slept yet, but I did just, like, upload this video, sorry it was so late. Like, he's, like, apologizing for the fact that he has a life of his own and that, like, he's not able to constantly be posting things for his audience to see, you know what I mean? But he does post, like, at least 4 times a week, I want to say, or like 3 maybe, I don't know. But he always comes up with new content. It's never repetitive. It's always funny, like, it's fresh. So I think that's why I like him so much. I used to like Shane Dawson, and then he started, like, going into, like, in-depth, like, conspiracy stuff, and, like, that's cool too, but it's just not something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Well, the only reason I brought him up was because Janie was talking about him
I feel
last
like he's
night.
one of the OG YouTubers, though.
Yeah.
Like, I remember middle school, like, he had shirts and merchandise and all this stuff coming out, and he was, like, the it factor of YouTube. So
yeah,
I think that's, like, he's a really, like, prominent character in the YouTube world. So
yeah, I mean, we kind of did some digging on his YouTube stuff, and he definitely had, like, that, like, style of the time where I, like, remember those videos, because I wasn't following. I guess I was following. Do you remember Ray William Johnson?
no, I don't. Well, maybe if I saw the face.
Equals three. You remember that?
Mm-mm.
Equals 3. Ray William Johnson. You don't remember this? Why am I the only person? I tried to show this to Janie too, but, like,
No.
he would just go over, like, crazy videos, and he did the quick cuts. But he's like, he's one of the, like,
8 years ago was his last video.
Yeah, he's done now.
Like,
But
dead or like?
yeah, he died on a YouTube video.
Oh,
No,
shut
I'm just
up.
No, but I mean, but that's, like, you know, like,
yeah.
that's the time frame oh no, so he's got more recent stuff, but this is like the beginning.
Right.
Like, and so, like, he's been around for a good while.
Yeah.
But I don't think he does stuff anymore. I think he
Right.
got out of it, but I mean,
you become irrelevant after a while, you know?
yeah.
If you can't come up with, like, things that people are, like, doing everyday life stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, I've had conversations about this with other people, so I don't want to stay on the subject for too long.
Okay,
but
yeah,
like,
sorry.
no, not this specifically. What I'm about to say is
okay.
is like that, like, and I'll bring. You can listen to John William talk about this. He knows more about it than I do, because I don't have as wide of a view as YouTube. I use YouTube for what I want to get out of it.
Right.
I'm not necessarily like
adventuring out.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll go and see the stuff that you showed me, but unless it clicks with me, like I'm not gonna go look for new of that stuff. Like I'm gonna stay in my lane and just keep doing my stuff. But like, I don't know. YouTube's just becoming like very corporate, and like if you did you watch the YouTube Rewind?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No.
So like every year YouTube does like a YouTube Rewind, and it's like almost like a yearbook of all the stuff that's happened on YouTube.
Okay.
And over the past couple of years, it's just become very like corporate. And like in this past one, like Fortnite's in it, and like what does Fortnite have to do with YouTube?
Yeah.
And like all those weird dances were in it, and then like Will Smith's in it, and it's like Will Smith isn't a YouTuber, he didn't come up on YouTube, and then like all this different stuff, and like it's all about this like, you know, I don't have a problem with these beliefs, but like I say liberal bullshit because it's like don't give me political jargon in a YouTube Rewind. You know what I'm saying? Like they get halfway through the video and they're like, let's talk about all the people who've been oppressed who have YouTube channels, and it's just like, why can't we just talk about the best of the best? Like is it because the two people who created YouTube were two white guys? Like, is that, do they feel bad? And so now they're like, but like some of like the biggest YouTubers out there like are just everybody. Like it's not like, this isn't like a one like maybe I'm wrong. Like, you know, I might be super wrong. Might be biting my, but like it seems like there have been YouTubers of all sorts, like who have been from all over the world, who are like present on YouTube. It's like, why do we have to like say that? It just seems like liberal bullshit.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what it seems like to me. It's like, I believe that stuff. Like, I don't have a problem with anybody being a part of something, but it's just like when you have to put it in my fucking face, it's like, yeah, I get it. Cool. Like, you're progressive. Like, got it. Like, you don't need to tell me. Like, it's like, I get it. You didn't vote for Trump. Cool. You don't have to remind me every day. Like, I can see the people who voted for Trump. They're wearing red hats. They're not hard to pick out of society, you know? Like,
yeah, for sure.
If you walk into somebody's house and they got that red hat hanging on their door, you're just like,
you know.
Yeah, it's like, I get it. Like, they let me know. You don't need to let me know whose side you're on.
I can care less about politics, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah,
Have you ever voted before?
No.
Really? Yeah, me neither.
I mean, the main reason I'm not interested in it is because I think it's boring, but I know that it's not actually boring. I know there's a lot of like important information like to do with that and stuff, but for me, I just don't care almost. And I know I sound dumb for saying this, but it doesn't affect me right now, like my daily life. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't give a fuck. I know it's affecting like my world and everything, but it's not affecting me personally right now. So, like,
dude, that's the argument everybody has.
Well, yeah, and
I
don't give a shit about like what people have to say about Trump or, you know, like anyone really. I'll listen and just like see what they're saying about it, but I will never have anything to say back, like because I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's like the reason why I don't vote, because like I don't really know what I'm voting for.
Yeah.
Anything like that. And I just don't care. But yeah.
But I mean that's like one of the biggest issues that's going on right now. It's like you've got you know, politicians who are writing they're writing bills about you know, saving the Amazon forest, and on page 5 or page 500, article 3 on the 15th line, it says also abortion's illegal. Like, and you're just like, wait, what? That's not what this is about. But like you like, and it's like, who the fuck has the time to read like a 500 page like like new bill on a forest, but it's actually really concerning when it comes to like healthcare.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wait, but why? Like, why are we talking about that in a bill that's talking about like trees?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, and they do that shit so that, you know, they can slow down the process and like put, you know, the Senate and the Congress in like gridlock, but it makes it impossible for people like me and you who have like jobs and hobbies and lives to like keep up with this shit. Like, I mean, I guess if you wanted to like dive into it, you could keep up with it, but like you'd have to invest like a lot of time into doing it. But not a lot of people have that time, and that's why originally we created a representation system so that like you and me could live our lives, go work, raise families, and we elect this person who you used to know. Now we don't know these people, but you used to be like, yeah, that's that guy who lives at the block. He's really smart. He reads a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll put him up front. We'll send him to Washington, and he lives in our town. He knows what we go through. He knows the people in the town, and I can go up and talk to him and tell him like, hey, my animals are dying. Like, they like the government needs to do something about disease, or like they need to help me out, like, cause like it wasn't my fault that like these animals died. And so he goes to Washington. He's like, hey, we need to help out the farmers. And the government's like, you know, argue your opinion. He's a really smart guy. He argues his opinion. You know, people, they vote, and then it's like, yeah, we're gonna help out the farmer, or no, actually, like he should have done this better. And then, you know, like, but now it's just got 3 million fucking people. It's like, you elect a representative. I don't even know who's running.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the fuck any of these people are.
Exactly.
You get this good-looking young guy comes into the restaurant one day, and he's like,
is this a joke or is this
no, real life. And he's like, I'm Joseph Cummings, and I'm like, cool. And he's like, and it's like he saw that we were young, and he goes, you guys like the environment? And I was like, yeah, I do like the environment. But I feel like you're like nitpicking that just because I'm under the age of 30. And he's like, I like the environment, vote for me. And you're voting for the environment. I was like, but what are you going to do with the environment?
Exactly.
What do you mean? Like, do you like it so much that you're going to cut it all down and use it for your resources?
I
don't know.
I don't really fuck with that kind of stuff, to be honest. And like, I hate seeing those little like, what's it called? The ads or like the poster board that you see stuck in the ground when you're driving on the street, like vote for blah blah blah, like all that stuff. I think it makes the world look ugly too, so yeah, it's just a waste of paper.
Well, it's weird that they're like, if I were to be like, I'm gonna make some pineapple podcast like posters and stuff, and I just started sticking them in the ground, I'd get fucking sued for that shit. But yet when it comes to promoting some jack off who, you know, wants to give everybody a gun in the school, you know, like it's just like yeah, sure, you can put that shit up everywhere. Go grab some spray paint and draw it on the side of the school. Like, it's totally fine.
Yeah, that shit pisses me off. But
so you're making our streets look like trash.
Basically, yeah. I think graffiti's cooler than that.
Ooh, that would actually. What if every politician had to like hire graffiti artists and they had
I'd be into politics. I'd be a political graffitier. Graffitier? Yeah, that's a thing, right? A professional graffitiist?
Yeah.
A graffitist. Right?
Graffitist, yeah. I like that.
Let's go with that.
Graffitas.
Yeah, gratata.
Gratata. You know what we should do?
What?
We should design fucking stickers.
Yeah.
And we should tag up all of Mount Pleasant, like with fucking pineapples. Get people on
absolutely.
This. Go, you'll be my graffatas.
And
you'll go out there and graffiti the world for me.
That'd be so cool. I actually just noticed your Station 15 sticker over there earlier from the boys that we used to work with.
Yeah. I'm actually might have them on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll tell them I said hi.
Hint.
Yeah.
You know, watch out for that one.
All of them are just.
I don't know. They might come on, they might not, you know. Maybe we might have like a special little thing happen. I don't know. You know?
Right, well,
yeah. It's just for, you know.
But I don't really know where I was going with that.
You saw her sticker.
Oh, right. But then you brought up, like, the sticker thing. And I was actually thinking to myself, I was like, it'd be so cool if I had my own sticker. Like, I don't know what it would be. Maybe like a toaster strudel. But do you know, what's his name? Matt Schmidt. He's also, like, he's not like a...
Why do I know that name?
I think he's in your grade. Went to Wando.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's the yeah, okay word dude.
What?
No? Okay. He made stickers, and, like, that's his DJ. I don't think it's, like, his DJ name, but, like, that's what he calls his, like, thing that he does. He only, like, makes music. He doesn't, like...
Okay, yeah,
like,
he makes music.
stuff.
That's why I know him.
He's not, like, a rapper himself or anything like that. But
it's, like, more, like, techno.
Yeah.
Dance hall music.
Right,
like
which
that.
I'm personally not into, but, like, it's still cool that I know someone that can make stuff like that. And he made his own sticker, and it's actually on my car right now. And his thing is, yeah, okay, word. And I really like it. Like,
That's pretty cool,
catchy,
yeah.
And it's in, like, a little word bubble with, like, a little, like, caption word bubble thing. It's really cool. I like that.
Going back to some sick marketing.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think it's really cool how, like, you can promote your own stuff like that. And, like, I think they took it down when they were renovating the Taco Bells and stuff, but in the drive-thru there used to be, like, a poll where everyone just, like, tagged stickers, like, sticker bombing the whole thing. And, like, I would see Matt's, like, stickers there, or, like, do you remember Matt Droz?
Oh, yeah.
Maccabee,
I see Maccabee
literally
stickers
fucking everywhere,
dude. I don't know, like, I think it should be and I had a weird relationship with Maccabee at one point because I was being an asshole. But I think I you know, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. I don't have anything against him now. Right. But like, I think you could make a fucking game out of going around Charleston and trying to find all his stickers because he's got them everywhere. Like, I'll go into a fucking bathroom in a bar downtown and it's just like, oh, there it is. Like, how the fuck did he get here? Like, you know?
Yeah, and I think it honestly is because I used to hang out with, like, his friend group and stuff, and he one day gave me, like, a stack of his stickers and he goes, hand them out or whatever. So I think it's not him going around town posting shit. I think it's, like, the people that he gives his stickers to, and he's like, here you go. And they're like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. I'm going to put this on a random ass wall.
Yeah.
Like, I used to have one on the back of my phone, like, on my phone case and stuff, and then I took it off because it was stupid. But, yeah, I see them everywhere. And, like, have you seen, like, the O stickers? It's, like, OH period. We have them at our bar, actually, at 450.
I have seen those.
That's everywhere, too. It's, like, some guy that we went to Wando with. I don't even know what his, like, company or whatever he is doing, but it's just O, and it's everywhere. But if you had a sticker, would it just be a pineapple or what?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Because I'm thinking, I've definitely been thinking about, like, I don't know. I've got some creative ideas. I'll talk to you about them afterwards.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin anything because I'm talking to a couple of people about stuff like that right now.
Okay, cool.
And your name definitely came up in
Did
conversations before about it. Yeah.
Because of my artistic abilities or what?
I'm talking about.
I'm
telling you.
All right.
You keep trying to ruin all these surprises. You know, no.
I get hyped. Wait,
no. It's a good it's a good plug for people who are listening.
Right.
They're just like, wait, what is he about to do?
Stay
It's
tuned.
like Austin's about to do some crazy fucking shit.
For
you know,
sure.
I finally got these sheets up, and now I feel like I can conquer the world. Like,
for
you know.
For sure. That's really funny. So what if, like, you can't find a good looking pineapple? You just, like,
oh, I find a good looking pineapple. No, yeah, I mean there's a ton of pineapples. Like,
always, like, year round. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like at I just go to the Harris Teeter, like, and I just pick it up. I'm trying to make them last a little longer. So like when I'm not doing a podcast, I usually put this in the refrigerator.
Right, makes sense.
I'm trying to save it. But I got a couple accoutrements for people to see. Like I've got there's a couple of things, like, you know, I promote, obviously, you know, my own podcast with the pineapple. And then I've got the little print.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, the print is, you can pick it up if you want.
Oh, okay. I don't want anything to fall or break.
The print, that's from a friend of mine, Kennedy Bird. She's in Anderson, South Carolina, and she makes T-shirts, like this T-shirt. I just got a package of them last night. Yeah, they're like $15 T-shirts. She makes the prints. She prints them in whatever color on whatever color shirt you want.
Right.
She's on Instagram at Sorry We're Clothes. Like
you were talking about that on one of your things. Yeah.
She's awesome. And I just ordered like a bunch of her shirts. One of them's like couple of them for friends. And I think I'm gonna do like a giveaway of like some of her shirts.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
do like a cool little thing like that.
Awesome.
And then the other thing we got is a little statue, which is called a sad boy, and that is something John makes, and he actually hides those all around Charleston. So if you're ever walking around and you see a little sad boy, pick it up and hit up John William and like tag him.
Do I win something for it?
You get to keep the sad boy. So, I mean, if you want the sad boy, you win.
It looks a little creepy, but
it is.
I'll put it somewhere.
There's a lot of them though. Like I've got my buddy Daniel's got number 3. I've got number 10.
Oh, he numbers all of them? Okay.
And there have been a couple that have been found. There was one found on Sullivan's Island. I think there was another one that was found somewhere in Mount Pleasant.
And they look all just like that? Or are they all different?
I think some of them are different colors.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you ever see one, like hit up John, they're his. But he's hidden them. I don't know how many he's got out. I don't think he's trying to tell people.
Right.
But I think he's always putting them out.
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he makes them himself, right?
Yeah, he does like
it
molds.
Like clay and stuff?
It's concrete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you pick it up. And he's got his little like tag thing underneath it.
Oh my god, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think he like paints some of them. I don't know.
10 out of infinity, is that what that says?
Yeah, he's just keeps making them. But he's got like a bunch of different molds. Like he makes the molds himself, and then he you can just put it down wherever. But then he, I think the sad boys are the ones he hides, but like he usually he makes like other stuff. Like I've seen, like he'll make like little figurines. He's made like figurines out of like melted crayons, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So he's got like action figures.
Did you see my melted crayon artwork that I did recently?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you put the Playboy bunny on it.
I did, because originally I was gonna just leave it like that, and I was gonna give it to someone because they asked me to do it for them, and then they just like, not that they like didn't want it anymore, but like I hit them up and I was like, hey, like I'm not so happy with the way this turned out, but if you want it, sure, but if not, I'll like start over and make a new one. So she was like, well, I mean, I want you to love it to give it to me, so like, make a new one for me. So I just decided, well, I'm not a preschool teacher. I don't want melted crayons in my room. But I was like, but if I make it like, Misha-fied. So I put that Playboy bunny on there, and now it's hanging up on in my room.
That's pretty cool.
I've had people like actually DM me on Instagram saying like, hey, can you make me one of those and stuff like that? So, and they offered to pay, and I was just like, okay, like why not? So I think it's really cool, and it's something I love to do. It's not like work for me, it's just like keeps me at peace and stuff. So like I like doing that, which is why I want to help you decorate stuff. That'd be cool, right?
Heck yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've definitely got one of my biggest personality flaws is wanting to like accomplish everything by myself. And like I think I've been humbled a lot lately, especially just like at work, just realizing like I've kind of got to like let other people do things, or I'm not going to be able to function at my best. So
when you got a million things going on, you don't put your all into one thing that like is important. You put 70% into like 10 million things, and it doesn't come out the way you want it to because you weren't focused on one thing. And that's kind of how I am too. I hate asking people for help when I don't know how to do stuff, because I feel helpless. I feel stupid, which, I mean, I feel like that all the time. But I rather figure it out on my own. But then I've noticed that even though I maybe figured it out, it took me way too long to figure it out, or I did it wrong in the end anyway. So it's okay to ask for help. It's just, for me, a personal thing. Like I refuse to, because I think it makes me less than I am, or like I'm not capable of doing things. So that's why I don't. But it's really important to ask for help, because you need to ask for help before you like dig yourself into this hole that you can't even get out of yourself. And it could be for like little things or like huge things, like real life threatening decisions and stuff like that. But ask for help. It's okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you any less of a person either. I think it helps you grow more, because at least you're being taught the real way to do something, and then you have that knowledge with you forever. So it helps.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, well, and it's hard because like it's also what I'm kind of learning. Like I guess like learning is like that. Like I start doing stuff and I don't think it's like necessary, but I want to do it because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And then when I don't want to ask other people because I feel like it's like a burden on them. But it's like, I'm starting to realize it's like, if I'm enjoying doing this, why wouldn't I want other people to come in and enjoy doing it with me or alongside me and stuff? Because it's just like, if I'm having fun, like, and these are my friends, they'll probably have fun doing it too. And like, instead of me just being like, oh, they're gonna hate me because I'm like asking them to do this. And but I don't know. And luckily, as we were talking about before, like, just coming from the industry that we're in, like, I think I have a friend group that's pretty straight up. Like, they'll be like, no, I don't want to fucking do that. You asshole. Don't ask me to do that. You know, or they'll just be like, yeah, I'll fucking
like,
do
I'm
it.
Down.
Stop being a pussy about it and just ask me. Like, you know, like, okay, thanks, guys.
That's kind of how I am. I'm very straightforward because why beat around the bush when you're trying to make a statement? Just fucking say it, and you'll get a response one way or another. Might not be the one you want, but at least they'll be honest.
Yeah.
So I like those kind of people rather than the ones that are like, I guess I'll like kind of do it, but I don't really want to, but I'll do it because you're my friend. Be like, no, you can say no. I'm a big girl. I can take a no.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I mean, it always, like, you're going to have an immediate reaction to it, but like, get over it. It's just like, I don't know. Gotta hurt some people's feelings sometimes, you know?
And I have no problem doing that.
Dude, people don't want to. Nate was showing me a hat some guy designed, and it was like can't remember how it goes, but it was like the hat was like make America not a bunch of hurt over nothing pussies anymore.
They fit that all in one hat.
Yeah. But it was basically just like saying, like, you know, everybody in America doesn't want to hurt each other's feelings, but like, you know, maybe we should, you know,
it will make us a stronger as together.
And also, like, why can't we just make fun of each other? Like, I understand, like, a long time ago, like, not even a long time ago, but we used to, like, beat each other up for stuff. But why can't we just, like, I don't know, like, stop doing that and instead just laugh it off?
Yeah, like, I think we'd all be happier and less stressed about things in the world. But people just get way too butthurt about everything, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I do too sometimes. But at the same time, I think back, like, okay, I'm kind of a dick to other people too. So, like, if I can dish it, I have to take it too, you know? So I've kind of learned to not be as butthurt about a lot of things unless they, like, really go, like, deep into my life and, like, you know, fuck something up for me or, like, point out something that is kind of like a touchy subject, I guess. But other than that, like, fucking say what you want to me and I'll say something right back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, Mish, we're at about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. I did not know I talked that long.
Dude, this is real natural.
Yeah.
This is really good. We'll have to have you on again. He's got to get...
like, boob pop the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a perfect way.
Closer?
Yeah, that's the closer right there. So I think I plugged everything I needed to plug, which was so natural. You know, you just plugged all this different stuff. You're just asking questions.
Butt plugs.
Yeah, butt plugs. Hopefully I'm gonna have McClellan and TJ on eventually to start talking about that. They're into that butt play stuff. Yes, a lot. Yeah,
with the dogs and everything.
Yeah, they're gonna be on soon. Well, not both of them. TJ is gonna be on the podcast after you. I've got TJ.
Right, like today.
Cool. TJ and Will Miller. Well, all these are posted like once a day. So like yours will probably be posted. This is probably Sunday for people.
Okay.
And then probably tomorrow, Will Miller and TJ Swanson will be coming on the podcast. And then after that, we get McClellan Harvin, CCDs, and Claire.
That sounds like such a DJ name.
Claire Instagrams. Ingram. Got it.
Inside the gram.
Yep. Inside the gram. Yep. Claire.
So you're just going through the whole 450 crew?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
These are...
You know what's sad to me, real quick?
Yeah,
I think that it's sad that the people I work with are, like, my only friends, other than, like, 2 people and, like, my roommates. But, like, I think it's just because I've, like, grown with y'all so much so that, like, I don't have the need to, like, go find more friends.
I don't need other friends.
Yeah.
I like you guys.
Yeah,
fuck everybody else.
I got my pizza and my friends. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'm doing a lot of podcasts with him, but I've got some people in the works that are gonna come through, and it's gonna be some cool people. Yeah, we got an interesting I'm recording the third week of February right now. The stuff I'm gonna be recording next week is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have some cool little clicks of people coming through. So
all right,
keep
cool.
updated with it. Marshagalo, Mish,
Benger,
Michelle Benger.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
And to everybody out there,
Strudel out.
thank you for listening.